Hello, everyone, and welcome to a tea with Trina. How are you? I wanted to pop on for a brief tea with Trina with you for this Tuesday today, and I'm going to share with you what I'm having. I'm having matcha latte tea, matcha latte. That's what I'm having, a matcha. It's absolutely one of the best I've had yet in Minneapolis. So it's good. But I wanted to hop on and talk with you a little bit today about what it took to help my marriage last for 20 years or reach 20 years. Some of you have seen my recent share and post of celebrating 20 years of marriage, which we did last week. And you know, that 20 years is really like it's some time, okay? It is definitely 2 decades and like 7,300 days of us waking up every morning and choosing to love, choosing each other, and choosing to be there with each other. And it hasn't been easy the whole time. It definitely not has it has not been easy. There have been very or many hard days and times where we've like needed to really work through some things. And some people may wonder, what is your secret for being in for that long, for having and staying in a relationship where you've been together for 20 years or longer, right? Because I've known him for an additional 7 years other than the 20 that we've been married. And I'm going to tell you that it's not anything that is, I think, when you think about magical, right? It's not like kind of airy, this connection, right? But it's really about being present and making choices and learning throughout the process and being present for those real moments. And that's really is what shaped us and how we've gotten to the place of where we gotten. And I remember when I was getting married to Jerome, and I felt so much so in that moment that love was that we had this love and love was healing, and he and I were going to be able to step into this new way of being with each other and supporting each other. And I thought at the time that I knew what commitment meant, and I thought at the time that I knew that this was going to be just, you know, a marriage that would just lead us gracefully along our journey. But the truth is that there's nothing that really teaches you the experience of going through, right, the married life, and doing that for so many years. Yet we did premarital counseling, which we absolutely loved. Yet there are some things that we did within for each other and with our own marriage that really helped us. Because you know the butterflies didn't last that long. There are late night conversations. There were fights. There were talks about dynamics within our family, finances, budgeting, career shifts and changes. You know, we move every few years. And so all of those things that were happening in our relationship that took up space, that took up their own energy, right? And the things that we had to do to make it this long was to choose each other every day, to choose to be present with each other when things were hard, when our feelings were shifting, when circumstances were changing, when we were moving. We had to make a choice to be there and to love each other in that moment on those days, even when it was hard, even when we didn't feel like it, right? You're so mad at, maybe so mad at someone you don't want to talk to them, that kind of thing. We had to choose to talk and choose to be there with each other. And I think communication, I'm so big on communication. And communicating and the way that we communicated helped us, right? It helped us to see each other. It helped us to recognize how we could support each other and be there for one another, and how we could talk through things, even the hard things and the big things that we were dreaming about. We also had to learn how to communicate in the way that allowed us to have a conversation that was tough and difficult, to disagree without destroying each other, to disagree without needing to yell or totally like tear each other down. We were very keen on making sure that we communicated in a way where there was still honor and respect. Didn't always wasn't like right with that, but we made sure for the most part to make sure we were communicating with honor and respect. And we decided to allow each other room to be and grow, right? We are not the same people we were when we got married at 26. 20, yeah, 25, when we were dating at 24. Not the same people. We've had moves we've made. We have had relationships shift and change outside of us. We've had children, we've had dreams, we had things that didn't work out, losses, and we had to make space for each other and for each other to grow. And I think another thing is that we protected our peace and our connection with each other. Definitely. We became very intentional about setting date nights with each other. I think we're very intentional about when we have disagreements that we talk to each other and not everybody else. So I do not take my grievances to everyone else. I take it to the source, and we work through those things. And I think that we had to remember that we are really the foundation of our home. Both of us are. And so that we had to come together on some things. And so I know that there are people who are married or journeying through a coupled relationship, and there's some days that you feel like this is your partner for life and y'all are great. And then there's some days where it's just like you want to get away from this person, or you feel like roommates, or you may feel like you're not energetically in the space where you want to be. And those are normal experiences to have and feelings to have. And I think the important thing is to remember that it's important to work through things together, right? And not kind of isolate or separate or think that you're the only one experiencing something, right? But to figure out how you can come together with your partner to work through what you need to work through together. And so there's so much I want to share about this, but I'm going to share this that if you're in a relationship, it's important to note that your milestones, your achievements matter, and you should be recognizing that and celebrating that with each other. Your daily moments matter, and how you respond to each other matter, and connect with each other matter. So it's really important to connect and make daily steps. That it's like you're making positive deposits into each other when you are seeing each other, when you are connecting, when you're spending time, just being there, being willing to listen, being willing to forgive when that's necessary, and keep showing up, keep choosing each other every day. And so if this is your journey, where you're on a journey within a relationship and you're wondering how you can make it better, how can you communicate better, how can you do the things to support each other and build a deeper commitment, I would love for you to join me in my workshop that I'm doing that's coming up. It's going to be a webinar that I'm going to be doing that's going to be beyond words. And it's really about how you can deepen your connection and your communication with each other. The webinar is going to take place on August 23rd, which is a Saturday. And if you would like to be a part of it, I want you to comment below. I want you to comment webinar or send me a DM webinar, and I'll send you out the details, okay? Because I really want to help couples to last. I really want to help you to go the journey with each other, and really be able to find ways that you can be present with each other and love each other. So I'm going to be offering a webinar to talk more about that. And I hope that you're able to join me and know that you can do this. This is really an opportunity for you to learn how you can step forward together and create emotional safety and a space of connection for one another. So thank you so much for listening into this Tea with Trena, and the share about what it took to help my marriage last 20 years, and some steps that you may want to take. But to go deeper with it, send me the word webinar. You can DM me or comment below, and then I'll send you out the link to join us. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.